So what is yoga? So you're here because you are interested in yoga and mindfulness practices. Yoga has evolved over time. So right now, yoga is a philosophy. It can just be simple exercises. But the word in itself means to connect. So connecting all of those parts of ourselves, our mind, our body, our breath. I call it the 4 B's: brains, body, breath, and balance. So with little kids, I move my body. So even if you're sitting in a chair and you don't have a lot of space in your classroom, I go brains, I give myself a hug, body, give some breath, and then they can go to the edges of their chair and hold the side and balance. Brains, body, breath, and balance. So for littles, they like that. You can go fast, brains, body, breath, balance, or you can go slow and change the tempo. For older kids, I clap. And I actually use clapping as a way to get attention versus like shutting the lights off or ringing a bell, or raising my voice. I just stand there and I just do different little patterns until everyone starts doing it, and then everyone's connected and focused. So I'll say brains, body, breath, balance. What are the 4 B's? Connecting all of those parts of ourself. Fast or slow with your hands, and you'll see a clip for that. So how and when and where did yoga start and how it changed over time? So I've been teaching kids yoga for over 12 years, starting in 2008. And then the yoga and mindfulness piece really wasn't even as popular as it is now. I had to jump through a lot of hurdles to teach yoga in the schools because there is this belief that yoga is a religion and you're bringing spirituality into the school. Now it's becoming so mainstream. Yoga is simply exercise. It can be religious. It cannot be religious. There's tons of different styles. But it started 5,000 years ago, just some history. And what we know today as like sitting crisscross, I'll say applesauce or crisscross yoga sauce, is called easy seat. So before all of these postures that we know of today, really yoga was about sitting and breathing and connecting with nature. The practice has evolved, and a lot of the poses are steeped in gymnastics, wrestling training, a way to physically tire out the body so you can consciously rest and connect in a seated pose. So much like most of our history, yoga has been orally translated, before there was written word. It was orally passed down, and it was systemized by Patanjali. And he's accredited for organizing the 8 limbs of yoga, how the practice all connects. But before that, just like most of our history that we have today, was orally translated. So it's really meant to how to have a healthy life. I was teaching a class this morning, and yoga means to connect yourself with your mind, your heart, your body into a harmonious state of well-being. So what does that mean, right? It's to have ease. The practice was designed to not have dis-ease. It's to create ease in the mind and the body. So we're moving along. So before it came to the United States, when it came to the United States, it was more of a mystical practice, more meditation, less movement, and then it evolved into a lot of the postures that we know today, and the postures are still evolving. People are changing them and moving them around. Over 300 million people in the world are practicing yoga today. So just like some of our education, we teach Greek mythology for moral reasons. So some of the spirituality of yoga, if you will, have moral lessons. So for instance, if you're standing in mountain pose, the Sanskrit word is Tadasana, which actually means mountain. Asana means posture or seat. And so some of the postures are named and mirrored after nature. Some have a story behind them, like Warrior One, which is known as Virabhadrasana. It's a story to give a moral lesson of love and forgiveness and hope, all of the things that we universally experience as human beings. We all feel loved. We all feel scared. We all have different emotions and feelings, but that's what connects us. And so those are just a little background of the stories. Why do we practice? Like, why are we doing this? So in the beginning, we did that heart and belly breathing. Hopefully I felt it, this sense of calm. That's one of the reasons why we practice, to strengthen the body, to take care of it. Some of the things for students, it prepares students to learn and retain information. Something I tell the kids all the time is a calm brain is a learning brain. And we're going to get into brain development later on in our sessions. It encourages acceptance. Yoga isn't competitive. It's meant to, you have your own practice. You're not competing. So it really can serve kids who maybe aren't really into sports or team sports. You have your own, you're competing with yourself, and that can really resonate. And you have a whole list here of why practice yoga and the benefits of the practice. Increases motor coordination, hand-eye coordination, enhances physical and emotional balance, teaches a body awareness and acceptance. And the list really goes on. And you'll see in one of the video clips of some children sharing how the practice makes them feel. So once we feel it, we're able to teach it, and then we can see how it affects our classroom.
It made me feel calm, like really good and calm because I'm like comfortable and stuff because I was with my friends, and this yoga is really fun. What I like doing today was doing the 4 corners with yoga, and why I liked it was because when we did mountain pose, it like relaxed me because we put our hands on our heart. And I also like drawing my like one of my favorite places, and that made me happy and calm.
Nice.